So for this part, we're gonna basically for the next two parts of this, we're gonna essentially just be finishing the track. But for this part, we're basically gonna be focusing on getting an idea out for the second drop, and then basically doing the second drop, and then doing some fine tuning on the first drop, and then the last part is gonna be doing like the finishing touches, filling things up even more, and some ear candy stuff. But the main thing that we're gonna focus on at the start of this is just getting a concept out for the second drop. So we're just gonna copy paste the build up for now, and then we'll make some changes to it in the last part, just so we can kind of get moving on this. And then also, I'm gonna do this off camera. I'm just gonna get a pre-drop vocal, probably something from Splice, just to put in for the pre-drop. But we'll do like the layering and the textures in the video. But just because sometimes it can take like hours to find a good sample, I don't want to waste time on this by making you guys watch me go through vocal samples. I'll just grab something off Splice and then get it in, and then we'll put the textures underneath it in the last part. But yeah, okay, so we'll move on to the next drop, and then so we're gonna kind of do like a little bit of a trappy kind of switch here for this drop. We're gonna use some different drums, so I'm just gonna make some new lanes here. We're actually gonna use the same kick, so we'll take this guy. I'm just gonna duplicate this and make a new channel because for my organizational purposes. And sorry again for the congestion, guys. I've tried to put off recording this to the next day, but I don't really feel any better, so we're just gonna go ahead and do it anyways. But yeah, so let's put this right here. Two. Get a snare in here. Use this one here. It's a good little trap snare. We'll use a hat here. Just going to adjust the fades on this a little bit, so. And then we can also layer a clap underneath this snare just so we can kind of get some of that brighter high end. So I'm going to shelf off a little bit of the high end here. I'm going to accentuate this a little bit. And then we'll get the clap. This should be perfect. Adjust the fades on this. I'm gonna put a transient shaper on this guy, and I'm gonna bring the attack down just so that the transients aren't really competing with each other. I'm gonna put a transient shaper on the first one, and then just boost the attack a little bit. EQ this. Yeah, so you can hear how it brightens it up. And then, yes. Cool. And then grab our sidechain as well. Cool, so on this drop, I'll probably switch the sub up a little bit. Okay, cool. I know I have a subgroup down here, but sometimes I like to just work with my sub in the same group as my bases, because I don't do any processing on my groups. If I do end up doing any processing on my groups, then I'll move the sub down to the subgroup, but we're just gonna keep the sub. We're just gonna keep it in here for now. We might move it down after. Cool. And then just gonna check something on the side chain here. Perfect. And then we'll add just some slight erosion on the sub here, just for a little bit of fuzz. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add this layer. I'm gonna make a duplicate of it because I just can't, it's hard for me to work with stuff when it's so far above the other one. But we'll bring this and put it over top of the sub, turn the pitch shifter off. Yeah, that gives it some nice crunch. Just use that right there. Cool, and then we're gonna bring our sustain bass down here, which is this one. Make a duplicate of this. Turn the pitch shifter off. And then, so we're gonna kind of make like a little bleep bloop kind of synth with this. So we're gonna do this using a frequency shifter. And then what we're gonna do pretty much is just we can take the frequency shifter and just do like something like this. So basically just by automating the frequency shifter like this, it's what's giving it like the kind of bleepy, the kind of sound that you hear in a lot of tracks. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this. I've also done it using a ring mod. You can do it using a ring mod as well, and just doing it with the frequency, like doing that type of automation on the frequency. So, and then also by adjusting the position of the frequency with the ring mod, it's basically going to change the timbre of how this is sounding. So I'm just basically like coupling these together, and then we can even also add like more frequency shifters. We can use like serum effects going on. There's so many different possibilities with this type of sound and cool shit you can do with it. But this is just the way that I kind of do it. There's lots of different possibilities. So add a compressed room reverb on it to just make it a little bit bigger. And then we'll add this over here. Need some of the skeleton here. And then we'll leave space for a turnaround right here. Cool. Cool, and then we're gonna make it like another duplicate almost of this sustain sound. And then we're gonna turn this frequency shifter off. So this is gonna kind of like sit underneath everything, and then we're gonna turn it down a little bit. And then put that there. Okay, sweet. So now we're gonna just make like kind of some downbeat hits. We're gonna do the thing with the glitch rack again. Yeah, we'll use this guy. Put the glitch rack under here. Leave this one right here. Cool, and then we're gonna add a little grunt vocal here. Something like this. Turn this down, OTT. We'll take parts of this glitch, and then we can add these as like other downbeats. We can do something like this. Cool, and then we can take some of our things from the first drop, like this one. I think this will fit nicely underneath. We'll make a duplicate of this, and then we will bring it down, and then make this fit. Yeah, I like the way that sounds underneath. So basically just frequency shifting it down to get the timbre to fit. We can add another compressor and reverb on this at the end. Yeah, no, it's good right there. Okay, and now we're gonna add kind of like almost like a plucky synth that's gonna, so basically like we have like a very basic rhythm here. We're gonna go in and like adjust the little details after, but right now we kind of just want to be able to get the idea out. So we're gonna just take a random bass one shot, something that we can fuck around with. Yeah, I think we should be able to make something work with this. Okay, so we're just gonna start adding shit on this. Add some short delay for some tonality. The Melda frequency shifter, which is just a good frequency shifter. It's a little bit more, the Melda production, they have like a free bundle that comes with a ton of plugins like frequency shifter, saturator. There's a ton of shit. It's free. Would highly recommend it. I use their shit. I used to use it a lot more, but for this kind of sound design, I really like the way that this sounds. Just want to make a little bit of a flow with this. And then I'm just going to adjust the side chain here a little bit. Take this out. I think it's just gonna take a bit of getting the key right on this one, just so we can. And we can also try adding a formant filter, see if this. Sometimes you can get some cool tones with the formant filter from Kilohertz. Cool. I like the way the sound's going. I just don't think it's quite in the right key yet. So I'm gonna add a wider on this, just to make it a little bit wider. And we're going to copy paste the automation here, just for this. Not quite sure about this flow. Okay, cool. We can take this. going to take this frequency shifter and just do something like this. You can try messing around with the pitch on this sound just a little bit. Bring the pitch back to how we had it before. And then we can add some variation on the beat boops. And then right here, we'll just bring it down. And then we can do also variation on the sustain here. We can add our chant in from here. And then add this. Gonna gain stage this guy, just turn it down about 3 dB, and then we'll put the utility like this. And then we're gonna copy paste this over. And then this will be our last turnaround. And then we're going to change the pitch of this guy, add a frequency shifter right here. We're going to duplicate this. Take this. So we're just going to duplicate it so we can make a variation of it, and then because we're going to need to mix it a little bit differently. So we're just gonna take a look here. Let's copy paste our drums, automations as well. These are gonna have to go right here too. And then we're gonna we'll just copy paste some of our intro elements for the outro. take this. Just duplicate that for now, just so we can have the whole skeleton kind of laid out. So before we move on to the next part, we're just going to touch up a few things in the excuse me, in the drops. Just want to dial in some elements quickly here. So let's see where we're at. Yeah, so we're actually gonna we'll leave this variation for this section of the drop, so we'll just duplicate that, and then we'll leave this the same, because it doesn't really make sense to do it right here. So we'll just leave this, copy, paste this right here. We'll add a frequency shifter on this. And then we can also maybe try adjusting the speed of this, so we can do like maybe just a little bit faster. Just like this maybe. Let's see, just see how this sounds. Nah, we'll just keep it the same here. And then we'll grab some of the other elements from this drop. We can definitely add these guys. Just copy paste this. Oops. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now pretty much we have the entire skeleton of the track laid out. Now it's like a matter of kind of spicing up the fills a little bit, the turnarounds, and creating more cohesion throughout the drops. And before the next part starts, I'm gonna have a pre-drop vocal that I'm just gonna drag into the project. We'll go over it right at the start, and then we'll wrap it up in the next part.